knew it was you. I know.
And who is that?
That's the man that adopted her from me. And I don't mind sharing anything that, you know, if there's a way to charge him for dumping her.
Okay, so you know, we're recording this, for one.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So I have video evidence.
Misfit Shepherds is not accusing anyone of any crime. In fact, we have been informed by the Pell City Police Department that no crime was committed here and that this is considered a civil matter. She's gonna have to get used to me. Phoenix came to us on the 26th day of May. All we know is that Phoenix was found Friday the 24th of May at about 5:30 p.m. on this awesome family's front lawn. That's usually all the information we ever get on a rescue, and we thought the same here until Tuesday the 4th of June when we received this message. I think this was a dog I found as a stray, and a man picked her up to give her a home. Well, I guess that didn't work out. Makes me so mad. We replied, "Are you saying the man that you gave this dog to dumped it?" "I don't know. I found her in Lincoln, Alabama on the side of the road. I took her to my house and fed her, got her back to healthy weight. Then I posted her on pages in Alabama looking for a home for her, or to see if anyone was missing her. No one claimed her, but a man I messaged you about came to my house and took her to his to give her a home. He never updated me on her or anything. I assume she either ran off or wanted to be here, or he dumped her." Kalen gave us all the information on who adopted Phoenix, and he's now considered our person of interest. But we must not jump to conclusions. I contacted our person of interest to see if he was missing a dog. He stated that the shepherd he just adopted was home with his wife. I suggested we had his shepherd, and after continuing to insist, I suggested he send us a current photograph before we call the police. He stated he didn't have time for this, so I apologized and immediately hung up. Kaylin immediately contacted us and stated she was contacted by her person of interest again. He was looking for photos of Phoenix. We advised her of Ethan's story, and she immediately jumped into the car to identify Phoenix.
I knew it was you.
Kaylin had Phoenix living with her up until Friday, the 24th of May, at about 3:30 p.m. when our person of interest adopted her. Who is that?
That's the man that adopted her from me. I don't know who he is. It just so happened when he pulled up, I live with my dad still.
Okay.
And it just so happened when he pulled up, my dad knew him.
Okay.
So,
Now, how did you guys come across her?
she was just on the side of the road. My husband's a truck driver.
Okay.
And he's seen her for a long time, and he was like, I can't keep looking at this dog on the side of the road, so he brought her to our house. Yeah, I don't believe it. And I don't mind sharing anything that you know, if there's a way to charge him for dumping her.
Well, we're working on that.
Yeah.
We're
I will give y'all
together.
anything y'all
Go ahead.
need. Yeah, so I told the guy that if he didn't want to keep her, that I would gladly take her back. But when the 2 hours after he took her, I messaged and I said, "How's she doing?" No reply.
2 hours.
2 hours after he took her,
Okay.
they're stray by where we live, and they've lived there forever.
What she is describing is how her husband talked Phoenix into her truck just 2 weeks ago, then to be dumped just again 1 week later.
Won't come to people, and people have tried to get them, they never will. But I guess they didn't accept her, so she was always by herself. So he sat there with her for a while, and she finally got in the truck, and he brought her home. And then I had to find her a home because my dad didn't want 4 dogs at the house, so I was looking for her a home, and the guy acted like he really wanted her. I was like, "You can come meet her, see if you like her, see if it's a match for you." And he wanted her, and he put her in the truck.
Why?
It was time to contact Ethan one last time.
Hello?
Oh, I'm calling you. And I'm calling you. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
With you, sir.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Okay.
So you know we're recording this, for one.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So I have video evidence. You're saying I picked the dog up and then dropped it off somewhere 30 minutes later in Pell City. So I live on the Talladega side of Pell City, which is 25 minutes from that girl. From my house to her house.
Dude, I'm not interested in your story.
Video evidence.
Dude, I'm not
with
interested.
that dog.
Okay, send it.
And that's exactly what Ethan did. He blew our story out of the water that the shepherd was dumped 22 minutes later, when in fact he provided evidence that he had possession of Phoenix much longer than this. Exactly 40 minutes before Phoenix was found dumped. Pell City Police Department even confirmed the authenticity of what you are seeing. The police also confirmed through public cameras that he returned to Pell City right after leaving his brother's, and this video was taken.
So you had this dog.
And what I'm saying is the dog.
I just asked you a question. Did you have this dog?
Oh, yeah, I've met her and left with the dog. Never denied it.
So what did you do with the dog once you left the house?
I gave it to a buddy of mine. It stayed with me for 24 hours, and then the next day, I gave it to a buddy of mine.
You told me yesterday morning the dog was home with your wife.
Well, yeah, I thought you were talking about one of my other dogs.
No,
because I have 2 rescues already.
Really?
We didn't know this at the time, but Caitlin had called Ethan 8:43 with these posts, then spoke to him by phone about Phoenix just 9:48 a.m., 3 minutes before claiming he had no idea we were asking of Phoenix. Caitlin had just asked him the same question, and he said the same thing.
I was like, did she get out? Like, is this her? And he was like, well, I'm not sure. She was there this morning. He said, but she's an escape artist.
But you're saying all this was done in a short time frame.
You better be able to
I went to
produce
my
this
house
friend.
with the dog, then went to my brother's house with the dog after that. And your time frames don't add up on that one bit, sir. I have video surveillance of me at my brother's well after the accused time.
You know you're going to have to produce your friend that you gave this dog to 24 hours later.
I can produce the friend and the dog.
Good.
Another thing is that
and the dog. And the dog. Oh, I would love to see this. I would love to see this. I really would. Because you had trouble getting pictures of this dog yesterday when I asked you for him.
Well,
you called her back for him.
They want
on down in the shade,
They
guys.
want a picture of her, and he was like, well, my wife's home. And I was like, well, why don't you just get her to send a picture?
Right.
And he was like, well, I can't really be on my phone, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you're literally talked to me on the phone, you've talked to them on the phone, so I don't understand. And it's hard for me to really,
So he called you back
yes,
after I said,
yes,
show me proof
Yes.
you have the dog with a picture.
yes,
He called you back to get a picture.
yeah.
I see.
I don't think you're a bad guy. I think the people have maybe been confused or whatever.
I knew it was you. I know.
I'm at work. I don't know about you, but I have bills and a 9 to 5.
Now you don't want to talk anymore.
Yeah.
Good. Have a nice day. Go to work.
I didn't say that. I'll say it tomorrow.
Police also confirmed Ethan's arrival time back in Pell City. It was shortly before Phoenix being found. It was also about the time Kaylin sent this message. Misfit Shepherds just put out a short video not that long ago with the theory 22 minutes of possession of this shepherd. It seemed to be a viable theory at the time, simply because of the distance from where this dog was adopted to where it was found. Although we weren't sure of this theory, we put the information out there anyway. We call this the poison pill. You put information out there in hopes of soliciting information in contrary. At times, like in this case, they are so concentrated on destroying your original theory that they actually give you the proof of the truth. Again, we call this the poison pill. If anybody knows anything further about this case, please contact us. I promise you, your name will never be mentioned.